Welcome to Smart at Math. This channel is devoted to supporting teachers to improve instruction for all students. This video will talk about differentiation. Teachers are told all the time to differentiate, but we all know there's a lot of challenges to differentiation. So this video will help you with those challenges. How do we differentiate? Let's call it the 3 P's. There's 3 ways we can differentiate. The presentation, how it is taught. The process, how it is done by the students. And the product, how do they demonstrate their knowledge. Presentation, how is it taught? Is it going to be more teacher or student-centered? You can have whole class instruction, which is usually more teacher-centered. It could be kind of a lecture or demonstration. Small group instruction can have a teacher group and then other student groups doing either independent work and or problem-solving cooperative group work. Stations is more student-centered, where they're doing some kind of discovery activity. They may even have choice activities when they go from station to station. And cooperative groups where they could have some problem-based learning or even traditional book learning, but they're helping each other. Let's talk about direct instruction. It's traditionally kind of a lecture or demo with the teacher in front of the room, whole class instruction. But even within that model, we can differentiate to meet the needs of our students, either ability or learning styles. Remember, some students are visual, some are auditory learners, some are hands-on. So even though we have a traditional whole class instruction, we can teach the students alternative note-taking, such as Cornell notes or scientific notebook. We can even print out the notes for those students that are a little too slow, that can't write them out as quickly as we're talking. Manipulatives, even though it's a whole group instruction, we could have the students using manipulatives at their seat, so they're using some hands-on to meet their different learning styles. We could also have small group instruction, where the teacher-led group is direct instruction, maybe for some remediation, and the other groups may be independent study, choice activities, or cooperative learning. Process, how is it done? You can have traditional paper and pencil activities, either worksheets, book work, and here you can even differentiate where some students are required to do different amounts. Cooperative groups, where you have different ability levels and they kind of help each other and learn from each other's learning styles. Stations, where the students move from station to station and do some kind of discovery, student-centered activities, either as individuals or little groups. Compacting, when you do your pre-assessment, if some students already understand and know the content, there's no reason for them to do that lesson again. So you have them move on to a different standard, a different activity. Independent contracts, this can be for English language learners, for special ed students that have their own IEP, or for GATE students that have to have some kind of enrichment activity. Choice opportunities, this is a great way for students to choose different ways for them to get the content. They may want to go to a listening center, work with a partner, or read silently. Product, how do they demonstrate their knowledge of the standards? You can have traditional assessments, and even within traditional assessments you can differentiate. Some students can be responsible for 5 problems, some can be responsible for 10 problems. Written reports and papers, and herein you can differentiate once again. Art and video projects for students that are more artistic. Oral reports for students that are good talkers. They can stand up in front of the room and do a great presentation. PowerPoint presentations, any kind of computer work, sometimes that frees the students up to be a little more creative because they don't have to worry. They got the spell check and they don't have to worry about writing, maybe if they struggle with handwriting. Skits, songs, dances, this is a great opportunity for maybe a social studies lesson. They can do a skit that lets you know they understand all the history, but it's a different way to present.